back to Scum Gore with another Scum tutorial. This is the Check It Dude on Check It Tube on YouTube. We're going to tell you today and show you how to land with your parachute and make your first weapon. Right? We're going to make it a spear, and then we may throw in an additional bow and arrow, which really, I really haven't made one of those yet, so you'd have to be a little patient with me there. So we're going to go to single play so I don't wreck my character in my game. And that was you falling. That was you, you raggy. You thought you were tough until you got shoved out into the prison. Close. Okay, here you are. And you're live. First thing you want to look for.
Communication with human as
Let's skip that.
set established.
We can't.
Greeting, your channel closed.
Okay, I guess we should cover that. You hit your tab button. Your tab is your magic button in this game. It opens everything. I guess that's called a UI, I think. Some sort of interface. UI, I think it's interface. Here you have an inventory tab. Crafting tab. We're going to be in here making this stone tip spear right there. Your metabolism. Shows your stats that you set when you made your guy. Proteins, carbs, what you can do, your abilities over here. How full is your stomach, your intestine, your colon, your bladder, your vitamins and minerals, your muscle body mass versus your fat, your energy and your water, all that. Now, this is a pretty important screen, actually. Here, we're looking at the stats. See the stats here? We're under, how we got here again is tab, right? Up here, we went to metabolism, and we've been looking at the stats, and there's also this health tab over here. This is what you look at when you're injured. It'll show your untreated injuries, and then your treated injuries, stabilizing, and then the recovery phase. Okay, you're going to need to know that at some point. But for now, let's get back to our subject. We got the journal. She was just talking about a journal, and this can teach you things, all these things that I'm going to teach you right now could, I never used the journal, but this can teach you those things as well, I guess, if you don't want to watch my video or whatever. So you look around on the ground, and you see to the right of my head, you see I actually have this dot, this cursor, this bullseye. See it moving with my camera? That's your reticule, your targeter. All right, so you use that to look on the ground as you walk. You're looking for rocks, okay? Search for rocks right there. Usually in a pile of rocks, you can get the menu. So you press F. It says F, search for rocks. Press the F button. All right. Now let's see if we found any rocks. Hit your magic button. We already talked about it. Tab. Okay. And look at in the vicinity. Right. Under inventory. See, it goes away with crafting and all these other tabs. You get in the inventory where you want to look around. In the vicinity is that rock. I found a rock. Here's my other inventory. What's in my shirt is this pane. What's in my pants is here. Over on the right, what's in my hands. Okay. Quick access is sort of like speed keys, so you can set them up later. And your holsters, 1 and 2, usually a gun, like in SL where you wear a bow on your back, like a holster in your back. You have 2 of those here, 1 for each shoulder. So in the vicinity, there's the rock. Now we could just click it and drag it over into our inventory, into our shirt pocket. Okay. Now you hit your escape button, right? Tab, escape, tab, escape. Do that a few times and you won't forget it. We want a work surface. We'll go out on the road. If you're not near a road, what I normally do is hit tab, I'll I'll drop something like a piece of clothing, right? That way I could find my work area. After, I go out in the woods, I search for more things, and I come back to find the first rock I already found, and I can't find it, right? So I use my shirt like a flag. Equip. So we'll drop the rock right here. Now we're going to find that no problem. We don't need to drop a shirt, but let's drop one that doesn't have a pocket, right? Let's drop the undershirt. Drop. Search for rocks. Tab, and there's in the vicinity is another rock. We'll grab it. Tab, 2 rocks. So we'll put one in the pants, another one in the pants. And we're out of pockets. This is the bigger rock than this one. And they actually make different things than the little rocks. Let's put that one in my hand. Now there's 2 ways to pick things up. But usually when it's rocks, I do it the way I just showed you. Now where's that rock? There's the shirt down there. Let me show you. First we'll hit tab, right? We'll put this rock down. I can either click it and put drop, or I can grab a rock out of my inventory, whether it's my hands or wherever, click and drag it right into the world where it's blue, drop it, right? Drop it. Drop it. There's another way to pick up a rock. You don't have to hit the tab button and pick up like that. You don't have to do that. You could use your little target reticule on the right side of your head. Get it on the rock. Now it says right there, press F, take in hands. But if you hold down the F, right, you could do other things. You could, in this case, pretty much just take in hands or pick up. But there's other items that you could do other commands to. So there's 2 ways to do it. You could do it, using the UI, or you could actually click on it in a world and pick it up. And it went right into my pocket. Okay. So what we want to make, let's go to the crafting menu. How do we get to the crafting menu? Remember, tab, inventory, crafting. We want to make this stone spear. Now these are all the different things you can craft. There's a lot of things. It looks really confusing, and to be honest, it is very hard to find the things that you're looking for at first. First, I want to explain about these windows. There's a lot of symbolism here. There's a lot of code, sort of. I can't think of a better word, but like right here is a stone knife. I want to craft a stone knife, right? Do you see how this little window that the stone knife is in it's got a good color in the stone, right? That means that I have the engineering skill to make the stone knife, right? In comparison, if we were to come down here to an advanced thing like these bullets, you see how everything inside this window is gray, right? Gray, black, shaded. That means my guy doesn't have the smarts to make something like this, like these bullets. Okay, that's what that means. And down here again, this is colored stuff. My guy has the ability to make all this stuff with color, but here it's black and white, grayed out. My guy doesn't have the ability or the intelligence, right? And that comes with when you created your character, how much engineering skill did you want it to have? This is where it comes into play. One more thing about these little window panes. You notice how some have these, like this wire wooden club? You see how the background is striped, right? And the background on the stone knife is a clear window, right? When it's a clear window, it means you have everything in your inventory and or vicinity to make that stone knife. If you wanted to make this wire wooden club, these red and gray stripes, they're telling you that you don't have what you need to make it. You have to go out and get more things, to make it. Okay, like what would you need? Okay, well, say you want to build this wooden club right here, right? You select it out of the crafting list, and when you do that, it pops up over here, and right underneath components, it tells you what you need to make that club, right? You need barbed wire, and you need a wooden club, right? Well, you need a wooden club. Well, you don't have a wooden club, so here's the wooden club. What do you need to make that? Wooden club pops up over here because we selected it here. You need, number one, you need a wooden plank, and number two, you need an improvised hatchet, or see the options here, these little arrow options, or an axe, or a stone axe, right, or another type of axe. Okay, so we're going to make the stone knife. And what do we need to make the stone knife? Well, we have it in our vicinity because of the clear window. We have the ability because of the silver colored stone knife. It's not gray, it's got color. So once you select it, it pops up in the crafting recipe over here. Components, you just need 2 rocks, right? There's options. What's this? 2 smaller rocks or 2 bigger rocks, doesn't matter. Okay, so you've got the skill, you've got everything you need. Only then does this yellow craft button light up and you click it. There you go. Now let's look at the inventory and look at in our vicinity. There's our stone knife, right? Now we want to make a spear. What do we need? I knew we needed that, but you didn't. We click on the improvised stone spear. That's what we want to build. And let's go over here to the components. We need 2 rocks. You see? Don't know. This is confusing. There's the number 1 thing we need. There's the number 2 thing we need. There's the number 3 thing we need. And there's the 4th thing we need. See those numbers? Don't get confused with this number. This means quantity. In the upper left corner is quantity. Okay? The other numbers are just numbered components. Okay, you need 4 components, and one of these components you need 2 of them. So we need a long wooden stick is the next thing we need, okay, for our components. So this is why we made a stone knife. We're going to take it, put it in our hands or our pocket, doesn't matter which. We've got to find something not too heavy. We can't cut a tree down with this little stone rock, but we can cut these bushes down. Let's cut the bushes down. We're going to get our long stick. Okay, you can see the sticks there, okay? Let's get one. Pick it up. It goes right into a holster. It's another one. Pick it up. It goes into another holster. I don't see any more in there. There might be more. Let's hit the tab button and look in the vicinity. And there's 3 more sticks. They're short, right? I want to carry them out at the same time. Let's free up my hands. Take the stone and put it in my pants. Click, 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 and then right click on them and craft small sticks bundle. And voila, these 3 sticks turn into 1 carryable stick. Okay. Now hit the escape button. Turn around. Do. Okay. First, let's uncraft these in my hands. These uncraft, which means take the sticks apart. And there they are, 3 sticks in my vicinity. Let's drop the long stick. Let's drop the long stick. Right. Now, we're going to get more sticks. I'm not really going to tell you why I know, just because I've been playing longer. you would eventually come to the conclusion to that yourself. Okay, let's do it the hard way then. Let's do it how you would be looking at it as somebody who's brand new at the game. Crafting menu. You're after the stone spear. You need rope. That's your third thing. We've got the long stick in front of us. Now we need rope. Options. See the option arrows? Because where are you going to get rope? There's no hardware store. So, at least not around here. Look at the options. Improvise rope. So you can craft improvised rope. That's over here somewhere. And I think improvised rope, I think you use rags to craft that with. What other options? Tree bark rope. Okay. Well, that's plenty of trees around here. We're going to do this. We're going to use tree bark rope. So, how do you make tree bark rope? Well, you go down the crafting menu and you look for it. There it is. Click it. Components are over here. You need 5 small wooden sticks and stone knife. We already have the stone knife, and we already have 3 of the small sticks. Okay. So let's go cut a few more, and this is going to be extra because I think we actually do have what we need over there. Everything that we need. But we're going to cut one more bunch, and just so we don't have to come out and do it again. So we're cutting, hit the tab button. What do we got? We got 2 long sticks and 3 short ones. Let's craft these 2 long sticks together. And this should be enough. Select them both with the left mouse button, and we don't need to craft them together actually, because I have 2 holsters available. We could just drag one and put it in each holster. Oh, you see me run. Let me show you how to do that. You walk with WASD. The arrows don't work for walking. If you want to jog, you roll your mouse wheel, your scroll wheel forward 1 click. That's a jog. Roll it forward again, 2nd click, and there's your sprint. Okay, stop. You turn around by moving the mouse, hit the W key. Here's the S key. You go backwards, right? A key, D key. Let's drop these sticks. Let's just drag them onto the ground. Sometimes. All right. Back to the crafting menu. Again, we need 5 small wooden sticks, right? Now, we only have 3 small wooden sticks. The other sticks are long. But I already know this, and I'm telling you because you don't have to find out the hard way. You could take one of these long sticks and you right click it and you cut that long stick into small sticks. The stone knife will automatically jump in your hand, even if it was in your pants. It goes to your hand, and now watch the vicinity. All of a sudden you see more small sticks, right? You see the total of 5. We still have 3 long sticks, so let's cut one more into small sticks. You could drag this down to see more. Alright, we only got 2 small sticks out of it. Sometimes you get more, sometimes you get only 2. So let's craft that rope. We'll go to crafting. We'll go to the rope here. See, look at now that it's got a clear background. That means we have everything we need to make it for ingredients or components. And the rope is got color. See the golden color on the rope? That means we have the ability, okay, with your skills. And then look at this. There's the craft. There's the craft. So we've got rope selected. Craft button lights up. We got our 5 sticks and our stone knife. Craft. Once you do it once, it's not complicated. Once you learn where the tabs are and remember Look in their vicinity and in the inventory, and there is our rope. Okay, so what do we still need? We have our long stick. We have a stone knife. Put that there. Crafting. So we want to go back up to that improvised stone spear and look at. See the clear background? Suddenly we have everything we need to make it, and the craft button lit up, so we're ready to make it. Let's just check. We got two small stones or two big stones. We have a long stick. We have a rope, and we have a stone knife. Okay. Sometimes I'll make a brand new stone knife to do this, but I don't think it really matters. I think even though if we go back to inventory and look at the stone knife, you see where it says 50%? They don't last long. We've been using it. It's already at 50%. But I think that the game isn't quite smart enough to catch on. I don't think you really need a new stone knife to make a brand new, to make everything new on your spear. I think it will just go back to being like 100%. So let's craft the spear. Let's make sure it's selected. And craft. There you go. It's crafted. You can see it there in the ground. Looks like pretty caveman-ish. Click on the inventory tab. And there it is. And it says 100%. So the game didn't recognize that the stone knife we used was actually at 50%. But wait a minute. Actually, it did. It didn't use the old stone knife because we had two stones on the ground. It actually used one of the new stones, so that's why it is actually a brand new stone knife attached to a wooden spear with your rope. So let's pick it up. It's in our holster. Keep the knife. Pick that up. Might as well keep the rock. Keep your shirt. Equip. That's how you put your shirt back on. You right click the article. You can equip. Okay, that's how it goes back on. Examine tells you what it is. Crafting recipes, a shirt. Okay. If there's something special about it, it'll tell you here, but it's just a shirt. Other things we'll have a whole paragraph explaining stuff. All right, so we equip our shirt, and there's our spear. Okay. Now, before we conclude the video, you see the spears on my left shoulder. That's your number one holster, right? Hit tab. You look up here, holsters. It's in my number one holster. My number two holster is my right shoulder. So let's press my number one on the keyboard. And the number pad doesn't work. You got to press the number one up on top of the keyboard, not the one off to the right on the telephone dial style numbers. It's got to be the top numbers. Hit number one, goes to your hand. Okay. Click your left mouse button to stab the zombie. You got to aim it. You can easily miss them, by the way. Now press number one again, and it goes back in your holster. Right? Press number one to pick it up. Now, if you want it to go on your other shoulder, you press number two. Okay. Now, if you want to pick it up, you got to press number two. Okay. Now, how do you get out of this fighting stance? Once you start stabbing a spear, you're stuck in this animation. You do W, run just a little bit. Jogging doesn't work. Run fast. There you go. That did it. Okay. All right, we're almost done. Let's take the spear in our hands. Say we want to throw it, right? You want to throw it and kill a zombie or an animal. You want to, kill a wild hog for dinner, right? Again, with the little target reticule to the right of my head, the little bullseye, you see that little white? I think you know what I mean. You aim that, and then for throwing, when you want to throw something, use the G button. It's right alongside the F on the keyboard, and it's close to your hand. Your hand is over there. I think a good way to remember it is G for grenade. You're going to throw a grenade, okay? So G. You see how it didn't go as far as where I was throwing. So depending on how far your target is, you're going to have to raise it. Shoot, you're going to have to aim high and know your distances. Let's aim a little higher, see how far it goes. G. That one went farther. Okay. That's it. When you run into a zombie with a spear and you're stabbing him with it, it's going to take several hits before he's dead. So be patient. This concludes the video. We'll do a separate video on bow and arrow. If you could hit like and subscribe, that would be nice. Thank you.